welcome back to Top Secret again. I just want to talk to you guys about the buying side of inspecting the cars before they actually arrive here. So if you see behind us, you've got all the Ferraris and Maseratis and so forth. They look really good, they're nice and clean, they look shiny. But look, when you're buying a car, everyone makes their car look nice and shiny. So what we want to do is actually look at the underneath of the car before we buy it. I'll just show you what, as part of our brokerage service, what we do before we buy a car. So what I'll do is I'll bring you over to a Ferrari that's on the hoist right now. As you know, in UK it snows a lot, so corrosion is a big issue. They put salt on the roads for extra grip, but the issue with that is the salt actually flicks up and it corrodes the underneath of the body. So the other issue with Ferraris in themselves, they're designed really well. So if you look at this one here, it's so aerodynamic that the underneath of the car is completely covered. So you cannot see anything at all. So if the vehicle was to be corroded, you cannot tell unless these covers are taken off. So as a part of our inspection in the UK, our guys actually put the vehicle on a hoist like so, and they actually remove all these covers. As you can see, there's a lot of bolts. It takes about half an hour to 45 minutes to take off. A lot of dealers over there don't like customers or inspectors taking off the covers themselves. Because they're made out of hard plastic, it's very easy for the cover to snap. So it has to be done with real good due diligence because you don't want to break anything either. So once these covers are taken off, you can actually see the nitty-gritty inside and actually see the suspension components and see if there actually is any rust or corrosion coming through. Even though the chassis are mainly aluminium, a lot of the suspension components and so forth do get corroded, brake lines, brake hoses, and disc rotors themselves. So if you come on over, another good thing as well, when it's in the air, is actually check the underneath of the body. So these here are actually the chassis lines of the vehicle. So as you can see, there has been no extra welds or cuts or chops or anything along those lines. Being a Ferrari and given the nature of the car, a lot of people like to drive these cars hard. So having multiple owners, having some track time possibly, you want to eliminate those cars and only buy the true enthusiast vehicle that keeps it on the weekend, garaged and drives it on a Sunday drive. So those are the things that we check under. The other thing that we check as well, we're actually on this one here, we're doing a 2B exhaust system upgrade. So you can see here we've taken off the rear of the vehicle and fitting up the exhaust system. But if you look from here underneath, usually there's an actual cover that goes underneath the rear of the car as well, with a diffuser here as well. So another issue is you can't tell about the mechanical condition of the vehicle. So when you look from underneath, you can't tell if the gearbox has a leak or any of the cam covers or anything like that, or any leaks coming through, which is a common thing on the Ferrari 360. Usually a lot of the VAM or valve cover seals and the cam seals themselves actually leak. It's a common thing, but you can't tell unless you get these covers taken off and you put the vehicle up in the air. So if you actually look from here, you can actually see the whole side of the motor, the extractors, the cam covers and everything. If you come to the front of the motor, over here, this is where the cam seals are and the cam belts. It's very important for the Ferraris to have their cam belts and timing done every 35,000 Ks or 3 years, whatever comes earlier. So you can check from here. And the same on this side, you can see everything on this side of the motor as well, the extractors, exhaust system. Alright guys, I hope that helps, gives you guys a bit more of an understanding of what to look for when you're buying your supercar. Thanks.